All right, guys. So we're at the draft. Um, I can't believe that this is an option to take at pick 32. I mean, this is an absolute steal for us. I think this to me was the best player in this entire draft, and he has fallen to us. I know the stuff, the movement, and the control is worrisome, but his fastball's already major league average. His curveball's just below that, and his changeup's a 35 out of 80. I think this kid, if we can get his stuff in his movement and his control to start playing well, I mean, this is a kid that I'm willing to risk it for. We see the high leader, high, uh, with Chase Mobley, we see that he has a high leadership ability, a high ability, adaptability. We see he has a high work ethic and a high intelligence. To me, this is a kid that is almost a can't miss. I know it's a lot saying a high schooler is a can't miss, but with those attributes, with the possibility to get what he can, I think this is a risk that at pick 32, this is if he works out, he is a future stud in your rotation. I don't think we can go wrong with there. You can see as we send to pick two, what's available. I think we honestly might just take this right here, this bat. Honestly, Henry Allen looks really good. We might move him to first base, let him play it out there as an 18-year-old. Let me see if there is any. I really like that guy. I really like Allen. Let's look at the batting potential. I think I literally just finished recording the last episode and that popped up and I was like, I've got to get that guy. There's no doubt about it. We're not gonna wait for until tomorrow to record. I just got so excited. I was like, I'm gonna record the draft part of tomorrow's episode. Um, I think here we take Henry Allen. I think that's the best option. We will check the pitchers, but I seriously doubt there's a better option with the pitching potential, judging off of how it looked last time. Yeah, there's not a better option than what Henry Allen provides as a young third baseman. I don't like drafting high schoolers usually, but in this instance, I think there is really no other choice but to draft the high schooler. Um, man, this this is such a bad draft, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. This is a really bad draft class. I mean, maybe I think this is probably the next best option is Mr. Avisi. Well, actually, Talon, it still says Talon Bell's sitting here. I like his, no, his personality's not really what I'm looking for. If I'm gonna take a high schooler, he's gotta have the personality I want, or I'm not gonna take him. I just learned that if you take a high schooler without personality traits, he's most likely never going to hit his potential ability. If you get a guy who has the potential ability, then take him and hope he hits it pretty much. If he has um in the intel I can't speak. If a guy has intangibles and he has the traits that I believe are required to develop to your full potential, why not take them? Like this guy here is a high adaptability guy. I waited a while to take him. He's from my favorite college, so I think there's no reason not to take him. From my favorite college hometown, so we're going to go ahead and take him. We are probably going to run ourselves out of money in this draft. That is whatever. At this point, there's not much. Really honestly feel like there's not much of for us to draft. At this point, we'll look to see if there's any characters that we want, any up, any personalities that we want. But unless their personality matches, I'm probably not going to take them in this at all. We're going to be looking for personality guys. So I'm going to cut out. I'm going to finish drafting this. I showed about everybody I want. There's no one else that I'm really eager to show you guys based off of what I saw from the pitching earlier and what I'm looking at now. So we will be back to go over assigning them. I think that was a pretty good draft for us. I wasn't expecting to get, in my opinion, the the highest potential player in the draft at pick 32. That might be a Mike Trout-esque steal. So we will have to see later on. But I will see you guys for the signings, and then we will stop at the All-Star break, talk about the trades and things like that that we can make if we want to make a move or anything like that. Our goal is going to be to look to the future with the moves that we do make. Honestly, I might just draft this guy for. Yeah, I'm gonna draft this guy because he's a 1.5 star, and I can get tradability out of him, and he's very easy to sign, so I know he won't cost a lot at all. And now I'm gonna cut out. So I'll see you guys after the draft's over. All right, everyone, welcome back. You can see we're at the trade deadline. We made a big deal here. We picked up Evan Phillips from the Los Angeles Dodgers, along with Brustar Gratterall, who's been a little disappointing so far with us. Hopefully, it balances out. It's only been 3 innings pitched. If not, send him down. We picked up Victor Gonzalez, who I think is going to be decent for us in a pinch if we need him to come up if there's injuries or anything like that. River Ryan, who I think is probably the best pickup here for us. I think he's going to be really good for us. We need to try to get him to an extension. In fact, I'll do that right here in front of you guys. He's not interested in discussing an extension, so we'll do that later. As you see, we gave up Clark Smith, which I'm fine with. He was about to come up to where he was going to start costing money for arbitration, and he just really wasn't that amazing this year for us. So we went ahead and traded him with Urena, Perez, and Uceta. Again, didn't lose much and got a lot more back for the future and for now. So I thought that was a really good deal. Um, we traded for Jesus Lazardo here. We traded for Jesus Lazardo. As you can see, he's been really good so far. What we gave up for him, we got Justin Foscue in the deal, Keeper Rodriguez, Lucas, a lot of other guys that might help us down the road, but we just won't know about them now. We gave up Matt McLean, uh, a nobody, a nobody, and a nobody. So we gave up really we just give up Matt McLean for more depth in the organization, and for Jesus Osordo, who we're gonna have to pay. But I'd rather pay a guy who has a 2.60 ERA than a guy who's throwing a 4 ERA. So that was my thought process on that. We know that we're not gonna have TU for long, so we're gonna capitalize on having him. We might look to trade Lazardo in the offseason and run River Ryan at the starting position or Mike Burrows. It just kind of depends on how that goes. I don't know if we picked anyone else up. We already. When was that trade? It was the 5th. Okay, that was a few months ago, so that didn't happen. I think that's it for the pitching. On the lineups, I can't remember if we talked about this earlier, but I did call up Jackson Morrell and we called up Mark Ventos. Ventos has been okay. His average is creeping up. It's at 200 now. It was at 189 with the Mets. I like his power bat. We just need him to start getting contact a little more consistently. This is a call up we made that we got from Pittsburgh. This is our depth piece for defensive rotation, things like that. He's not permanent. As you guys know, he's just here to hold it down. Harrison Bader, same thing. He'll probably hit free agency this year. Acuna, Trout, and Ruiz again have a really solid outfield this year. Ruiz has been good, Acuna's been good, and Trout's been good. They haven't been as good as they were year one, which is a little worrisome. But Jackson Merle has stepped up. O'Neal Cruz is batting 236. Why did I say he was batting? I must have read it wrong. We have Edwin Arroyo has been batting 240. Navarre's been batting 234. As you can tell, the team is coming together. We're 70 and 32. Just we had a really good trade deadline. I think we improved, which is what we wanted to do. Quick look at the finances. As you see, we have 6 million in the bank. We have a little to spend, but I think I'm gonna just leave it there. I know it's unspent, but as you guys can see, the staff has been really good. They're getting along really well. You see that they're ecstatic. Winning makes everybody happy. As you know, winning makes everybody happy, 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 just like they say in Duck Dynasty. Uh, Jonah Doan, We traded for an at the beginning of August, and he's starting to figure out and it's starting to click for him. This guy could also be another starter down the line for us. We have a lot of starter options that are in our pin, and I like that because it gives us depth in our pin, and you know that we have Acuna, Otani, and Trout at the top. Gratterall comes in, gives us a, fills in that gap of 3 to 4. Morel and Ventos come in. As you see, the team is getting to a point where it's getting really good. It's going to get really fun to watch us be able to make deals for guys and to be able to make this team into a dynasty. We're not coming up on the end of this series by any stretch of the means, but we are getting a point where we're going to start winning a lot more. And I'm already looking forward to other things that I can do on this channel for you guys. Some of my ideas, just real quick, I'm thinking maybe a draft to glory, um, where you can only pick up guys in the. I've seen it done by only 2 other YouTube channels, but I want to do it. I think it would be fun where you can only pick up guys in the Rule 5 draft, the international free agent draft, where I think that's where most of your elite players are going to come from, is that. And then the Rule 4 draft, which is the amateur draft, that's the only way you can do that. And then I'm thinking about doing another one where it's trade only, no free agent signings or anything like that. And then I was contemplating doing one that was free agent only, but that would be really hard. I think that would be super hard. I think you would have to do that with a team that has a bigger budget. Honestly, this was so easy, like to get the Los Angeles to where they could start winning again. Um, with the 3 players that we had, I want to go to like Pittsburgh maybe and do a full rebuild with the Pittsburgh Pirates or someone like that who we just know doesn't have a lot of money. You have to be smart with with how you spend your money and things like that. Um, Scouting budget, we're putting a whole lot into international scouting and amateur scouting, not much into major league scouting and not much into minor league scouting, but that's how I wanted to do it. So that's where that comes from. Um, I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna go over. We'll be back. I think I'm gonna run through um I'm gonna run all the way to the playoffs. So we'll be back at the end of August to discuss the team and see what's going on with there. So see you guys in a little bit. Okay, guys, we're back. As you can see, oof, August was rough to watch from my perspective. We went 12 and 16. It was a lot worse. We closed the end of the year out better than it was. Um, Boy, I thought we were about to let the Astros catch us, honestly. As you can see, the AL West is still being ran. If it wasn't for us, the AL West would be ran by the Astros, but we're running it right now. Our average is getting a little worrisome. We're gonna have to look for some guys that can hit for some contact for us to bring in next year. Merrill has been really good. Really excited to see how good he's actually been for us. His contract went up a little bit too, so that's good to see. Um, Mark Ventos is what happened to Mark Ventos? As you guys can see, I hadn't been checking my messages. I've just been simming. That dude shouldn't be that. What in the world? Did I get a player development update? Okay, talent change randomness is absolutely freaking amazing. Apparently, um, it wasn't good to Justin Foscue or Jacob Gonzalez. Emil Zavala's got a little better. Good week of talent change randomness, or a good month of talent change randomness for us, hasn't it been? My goodness, a really good month for us, I guess, talent change wise. Um, as you see, we have Ronald Acuna's brother. Is he ever going to play in the big leagues? Probably not. But we have him. Trout is still worrying me. I think we might have hit the regression. Ventos is, I don't get what happened to him, but that's unbelievable. Jackson Merrill's contact went up, so he was a 65. Now it says he's a 70. So that's even more impressive. I can't believe Ventos. That's ridiculous. That's amazing to me that Ventos did that. All right, guys, that is the end of the update for August. Wait, no, I didn't go over the pitching staff. I think Brewster Gratterall is probably going to get sent down soon. He hasn't been sent down yet. Our starting rotation is still holding strong. The back end is doing really good. The front end is doing good too. The bullpen was getting a little worrisome in August. Our ERAs were getting a little higher, so we switched some things around, put some guys in some new positions, and bumped some guys down that were somewhere else. We gave Brewster Gatterall used less often because of that 25 stamina. So what's probably going to happen in the offseason, we're going to trade uh, Gratterall most likely for somebody that has more stamina. Mike Burrows is a little bit of a disappointment with the fly ball tendency, so we might look to trade him in the offseason as well. But right now, we're just going to ride with what we got. We might uh, take Burrows out and put Zach Jackson in. We might do that. I'm not sure yet. Or bring in Clevenger. Wow, Clevenger looks really good. Yeah, he's struggling in AAA, but he is starting. But wow, come out the pin for us. So a lot of options to be made about what we need to do and where should we. As you can see, Samuel Zavala is up to Double A. He's hitting 123 in 20 games. I'll watch him in the middle of September. He might get the call to Triple A. If not, we'll see Samuel Zavala maybe next year playing in maybe Esteury Ruiz's spot because I might be getting ready to capitalize on Mr. Ruiz's year this year. Hasn't been amazing, but it's been good. Acuna, it the game says that he hasn't dropped at all. I don't know if my scout is late to the party, but Acuna isn't playing as well as I thought he would have, or really hasn't at all the way I thought he would. I mean, he's still worth 17 million for what he's doing, honestly, for what I gave up for him and for what he adds. Trout, I don't get what's going on with him. I don't understand what's up with Trout at all. I don't get why he's performing that bad. He's been good for a while. I don't get why he's playing so bad. You see, the injury bug hasn't hit us too bad in August. Now that I said that we're probably going to lose somebody, I think this might be our center fielder next year. Um, the average concerns me, but I would like to have the defense and the power, honestly. With the speed, I think he can be decent for us, but we'll see. I'm not sure yet. We might look for somebody else in the off season. But that's it for that recap. I'll see you at the end of September to get ready for the postseason. All right, guys, as you can see, we are at the end of the season. So I was thinking the season would end in September. As you can see, we went a little into October, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. I did not get that update. That's unfortunate right there. Mm, that's a big loss before the playoffs. Mm, that sucks. Go to playoff begins. So as you can see, we're 162. We'll check Acuna's stats on the injured list. That's a little unfortunate. What do you mean after? Oh, yeah. Did you see Acuna 264 average, 31 home runs, 97 RBIs first? Not bad at all. 57 stolen bases. Great to see. 4.8 WAR. I think we might need to move him to left field, honestly. I don't get why this game has Acuna's defense being so bad. It's not. I think this year we moved Trout to right. He's really worrying me. I don't get he's dropping obviously in his production, which is really disappointing to see already, knowing that we have 6 more years. Well, 5 more, I guess, technically, because his age 33 so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we have 6 more years left. We have pretty much 6 more years of a declining Trout, so we're not going to be winning anything because Trout is in the lineup. That's for sure. Which I mean, it's good to have the bat and have the power, and he'll provide a good defensive left field for us. Ahmad Rosario is going to be playing left, which he's not terrible in left in the playoffs for us. He won't be absolutely terrible. Ruiz will be playing first. You see, that kind of leave it kind of keeps everything else the same. I do think what we're do is we're gonna take the chance that Jackson Merle is ready for the two hole. After what he's done this year, you can see he came in 271 average, 4 home runs, 44 RBIs. According to our scout, he's going to be even better next year. He has a high work ethic, so I don't believe that that will not happen. I actually do think he gets better. Otani has another great year for us, 40 home runs, 111 RBIs. Again, we're in the prime of Otani. The good news is prime Otani. That player opt out. He ain't gonna take it unless his prime Otani goes into age 35 season. Then he might leave the player opt out for more money, but I doubt it. We'll probably have to end up cutting him off the team option. But as you guys can see, Otani produced still. He's proven that $30 million to be worth it as of now. Trout, not so much, but Otani was good. Merle is in a good position. What allows us that Trout contract is we get a contract from Merrill like this, and then we get a contract. I don't know what the Mets were doing, letting Ventos go. As you can see, his average just skyrocketed when he got with us. I don't get what was going on in New York. He came here, his OBP went up, everything about him went up. So I don't understand. I don't understand what happened here. I mean, it showed that he was really good in AAA in 2022. Got to call to the Mets, gave him 16 games, 167, 8 games, 167. I just don't think they gave him enough time, and they gave up on a 24-year-old. I don't get that. I don't understand why we got him for what we did. Um, Edwin Arroyo has been really good, and we know that we got him on a really team-friendly contract. So I think team scores together. I feel like the Atlanta Braves a little bit with the contracts that we do have. With some of these guys, Ruiz, I am definitely going to look to trade in the offseason after the season he put up for us. 84 stolen bases. Well, that's really good there from him. Um, I do think we can get value out of him by trading him away and get another left fielder to come in. I do want to check in on Cade Hunter, which is probably going to be a trade asset for us here soon. I got a bug on my nose. I don't know what that was. That was weird. I wanted to check in on Cade Hunter. We did that. This is probably going to be a guy that we try to trade for a younger prospect that can help us. Acario, Foscue. Most likely that'll happen with him as well. We're going to be looking for prospects in the offseason from teams that are in build now. Samuel Zavala is getting to a point to where um, in 38 games he hit 297 with a 121 OPS. He's going to be in AAA next year. It says he has a low work ethic, but the kid just keeps playing really, really well. So I think we give him a chance in the majors and see what he can do there. All right, guys. So as you can see, like I said, it's just a really good year. TU gave us a great year. Boy, I know we got him one more year. I hope he doesn't hit team option. I'm regretting putting that team option in. You live and you learn. What a steal! 10 million for a 2.89 ERA. I think we take that any year, any time of the year, yeah, with any team. I mean, it's just a great steal for us. Luzardo was really good. I'm glad to have him back. He wasn't as good for us as he was for Texas, but that's okay. His BABIP was actually lower. His home runs per nine were lower. His walks per nine were a little higher. His whip was just a little higher. What's our defensive efficiency this year? We were first, so I don't know. That's weird. I don't get why his numbers went up. I might have missed something on the stats. 284 from Otani, which is good to see. Chris, Matt, and Brash at the back end doing what we needed them to do, honestly. Holding it down. Bullpen is the same. Bullpen's good. Um, all right, everyone. That will be the end of the episode. Thank everyone for watching and supporting Who Gaming. The next episode will be out either late tonight or Sunday afternoon at some point. I'm not too sure when, but it'll be out soon. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting me. I know ship the viewership was a little higher on the last video, so that's so good to see. And I'm hoping that people are enjoying the series and that we can start having some interactions with you guys and you guys will start communicating to me about moves that we should be making. I think we made really smart moves so far. Does that mean we're going to keep making smart moves? Maybe not, but we'll see. We'll find out together. We'll be back here for episode number 7 uh, tomorrow. Peace. See everybody tomorrow. You guys have a good night. And tell that loved one that you see every night that you love them.